Welcome to this meeting, a special meeting of the Santa Barbara City Council. Today is Tuesday, October 13th, 2020. We'll start with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please, Ms. Clerk.
Yes, Councilmember Jordan.
Here.
Councilmember Alejandro Gutierrez. Mayor Pro Tem Snedden. Councilmember Friedman.
Here.
Councilmember Harmon.
Here.
Councilmember Oscar Gutierrez. And Mayor Murillo.
Here. We have a quorum. Before we go to our item, we have open public comment, topics that are not on the agenda. Do we have anyone raising their hand for that, Ms. Clerk?
Madam Mayor, we do. We have one speaker, Anna Marie Gott. We don't have our usual timer up, so perhaps we could, I'll just use mine. Okay.
You want to use yours? Okay, I'll use mine.
Okay, you use yours.
And then this, I guess this would be public comment not on the agenda and the agenda. So this is the time for public comment on the topic. So go ahead and read the topic too. Thanks.
Very good. Item 1, Public Employee Performance Evaluation, Government Code Section 54957, as described in Agenda Item 1.
Thanks. We'll take the public comment, please.
Anna Marie Gott, please go ahead. Ms. Gott, you can unmute yourself and go ahead. And Ms. Gott, you are unmuted on our end. You can unmute yourself and go ahead. And Madam Mayor, Ms. Gott is the only public speaker for this meeting.
Okay, we'll give her just a few more moments to try and log on.
Hi, sorry about that.
Please go.
Good afternoon. What I was saying in the beginning when you couldn't hear me is that I'll take 6 minutes since I want to speak on both items.
Go ahead.
The first item is public comment.
Go ahead.
But there are 2 items, so that means 6 minutes.
Go ahead, Ms.
So public comment and then the item. So my public comment for things not on the agenda really has to do with the item that's coming up at your 2 o'clock meeting, which is string lights on State Street. I think that we are using Measure C's funds inappropriately. We do not have string lights on State Street right now. We have no need for string lights. We have plenty of light actually on State Street. And if anyone is saying that they don't feel safe on State Street right now, I find kind of ludicrous unless you are down at the 500 block dealing with people that have alcohol abuse related issues with individuals that are fighting in the streets. And as you remember, we just recently had a stabbing there, and that was in the middle of a crowd in the middle of the night when plenty of people were there and plenty of lighting. We are not receiving additional calls for service. We don't have any additional trip and fall claims. And we shouldn't be spending this amount of money on lighting that we're going to be spending just because people want to close off the entire, basically, 7 blocks of State Street to traffic. It's just a ridiculous amount of money to spend on lighting and for something that we do not have an issue with. We are not repairing anything, and string lighting really should not be considered infrastructure. If you're going to put in an access ramp for people with disabilities, if you're going to fix bricks, if you are going to fill potholes, those are critical, infrastructure needs right now, or, slurry sealing, a street. Regarding the item on the agenda, I called in today about this because I feel really strongly that we need a change in leadership at City Hall. You know, we have a substantial problem and have had a substantial problem for years. Paul Casey started out in the community development department. He has a tremendous amount of knowledge about the dysfunction in all of our departments. And the only time that we actually see anything changed, and even then it is a microscopic change, is when there is heat from the community. Again and again, we have had problems. If it's not, you know, no notice to the community regarding tiny homes or regarding the Salvation Army project, or metered parking in the funk zone. All of these projects, you know, that actually had no noticing really to the public, and all of them caused tremendous outrage, and all of it could have been avoided. But project after project seems to be unnoticed. There's no community engagement, and I don't understand why we can't learn our lesson once and then move on and make sure that we're doing the right things moving forward. Regarding transparency and technology, the tiny city of Carpinteria has more transparency and more access for the public than the city of Santa Barbara does. They actually release reports before an item is seen by their design boards. They have a lengthy report that residents have access to and the design files, and they've done that for years. The same with Goleta, and we only have design files and rarely a report. And it's really a shame because we have projects that are trying to be approved by our design boards without sidewalks, with setbacks that are screwed up, with houses that are too large and completely inappropriate in terms of design for a neighborhood. It's ridiculous that we have the problems that we have now, especially when you go into the planning department and you can see 5 different people and get 5 different answers because there is no competency testing. At this day and age, we need technology that ensures that everyone has access to all of the documents. Because right now, we have projects that are being processed, and I have to make a public records request for documents that should be publicly available on projects. And documents that are never even archived because they are sitting on someone's desk or in a file in their computer for a project that they might have been working on for years. It's just plain unacceptable. We have a problem, and it starts with the person at the top, and it works its way down. And so I would just urge you today, it's time to cut ties. And I'm sorry to say that, Paul, but I'm frustrated, and there are many, many other people in town that are frustrated and disappointed, and they want change. And we are not getting change with an administration that remains the same and only takes action when there's community outrage. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thanks. Anyone else popped up, Ms. Clerk, to be a public speaker on this session?
No, Madam Mayor, no further public comments for this meeting.
Okay, we'll adjourn to closed session. Thank you. Meeting.